Get ready for a seismic shift in combat sports. Jake Paul is shaking up the UFC and challenging Dana White like never before. Plus, Kevin Vallejos is carving his own path, but can he escape the shadow of a UFC champ? And hold on, Lerone Murphy is targeting a title shot in London. We've got all the explosive updates you need. Don't miss a second, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell.
Looking for a fast-charging, ultra-responsive stylus for your iPad? Meet the 2X Fast Charge Active Stylus Pen, designed for 2018 to 2025 Apple iPads. Take your creativity and productivity to the next level. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
Jake Paul, the influencer-turned-fighter, is emerging as an unexpected and formidable challenger to the UFC's dominance, directly confronting its president, Dana White. While the UFC was preparing for a significant White House event, celebrating 250 years of the US and President Trump's birthday, fan reception was lukewarm due to a perceived lack of star power. Adding to the intrigue, Ronda Rousey, a former UFC champion, announced her return to MMA not with her old promotion, but with Jake Paul's most valuable promotions, MVP. A move that clearly irked Dana White. Paul's consistent criticism of UFC fighter pay and his investment in rival promotions like the PFL have positioned him as a direct threat. MVP's upcoming event, featuring stars like Ronda Rousey, Francis Ngannou, and Nate Diaz, promises to be a major draw, potentially outshining the UFC's own offerings and streaming live on Netflix. This strategic move by Paul, leveraging big names and a massive platform, directly challenges the UFC's narrative and market share, creating a fascinating power struggle in the world of combat sports. Don't go anywhere, because the drama is just heating up. Next, we dive into a rising contender who's being compared to a UFC champion, but wants his own spotlight. UFC contender Kevin Vallejos finds himself in an interesting position, constantly compared to UFC lightweight champion Ilia Topuria. While Vallejos acknowledges the flattery and sees similarities in their styles, particularly in boxing and head movement, he's determined to forge his own identity. He expressed that while he's honored by the comparisons, he doesn't want to be seen as a copy and aims to be recognized for his unique attributes and distinct fighting style. Vallejos believes he possesses a more varied attack than Topuria, incorporating elbows, knees, and kicks, and intends to further develop these elements. He's focused on carving his own path in the featherweight division, emphasizing that his career is about his own journey, not riding on someone else's fame. The MMA community is watching to see if Vallejos can successfully distinguish himself and make a name independent of the reigning champion. But is he truly carving his own path, or is he destined to be in someone's shadow? Next up, a fighter is aiming for the top spot in London, but a massive challenge stands in his way. UFC featherweight contender Kevin Vallejos is navigating a complex career path, grappling with frequent comparisons to UFC lightweight champion Ilia Topuria. Vallejos, who is 18-1 in his MMA career and undefeated in 4 UFC fights, has heard these comparisons from UFC commentators during his recent bouts. While he admits to being flattered by the association with a fighter of Topuria's caliber, Vallejos is adamant about establishing his own unique identity in the sport. He clarified that he has never expressed displeasure with the comparisons, but rather a desire to be recognized for his individual skills and accomplishments. Vallejos believes he offers a more diverse offensive arsenal, incorporating a wider range of striking techniques beyond pure boxing, which he intends to develop further. He sees his career as a distinct journey, and while comparisons are inevitable, his ultimate goal is to carve out his own legacy without being overshadowed by another fighter's success. He's fighting for his own legacy, but what happens when the spotlight is on someone else? We're heading to London next, where a fighter is on the cusp of a title shot. The UFC is set to electrify London as featherweight contender Lerone Murphy eyes a significant opportunity to propel himself towards a championship bout. Currently ranked third in the division, a victory in his upcoming fight in London would mark an impressive 18-0-1 record, making a strong case for a title shot against reigning champion Alexander Volkanovski. However, Murphy faces a monumental challenge in his opponent, Movsar Evloev, the current #1 contender who also boasts an undefeated 19-0 record. Both fighters have had remarkably similar trajectories in the UFC, marked by dominant win streaks since their 2019 debuts. Murphy, known as the Miracle, has secured impressive finishes, showcasing his explosive power with stoppages against fighters like Aaron Pico. Evloev, while equally dominant with 9 consecutive wins, has had all his victories decided by the judges, highlighting his consistent, albeit less flashy, performances. The stakes couldn't be higher for this main event. One fighter's perfect record will inevitably fall, with the winner poised for a shot at UFC Gold. The event also features other exciting UK talent, including Michael Venom Page and Luke Riley, adding further appeal for local fans. This fight is massive, but what happens when the pressure is on? Stay tuned for our full recap and what it all means. Jake Paul is making waves, challenging the UFC's dominance. Kevin Vallejos is forging his own path, distinct from UFC champions, and Lerone Murphy is aiming for a title shot in a huge London showdown. What a packed show. If you loved this breakdown, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe for more breaking news, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and follow us on all our social media channels.